All right, so for skill 8.1, for each of these, determine if the following triangles are acute, right, or obtuse. Use the Pythagorean theorem to justify your answer. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem, and we're going to just see, the key is looking at our c squared. Now we can tell the c squared because it is the longest side, and it's opposite the angle that looks like our right angle. So in this case, it's 82. So I'm going to do the square root of 82 squared compared to 5 squared plus root 58 squared. Now that's just 82 compared to 25 plus 58. And so that's 82 compared to 83, and it's smaller. Now when that c squared is smaller, all right, imagine that this hypotenuse has been shrunk down so it's not as tall, and then we have an acute triangle. All right, let's switch up for the next one. So for 2, we do the same thing. Now in this case, 11 is across from what looks like our right angle. And so we would do 11 squared compared to root 21 squared plus 10 squared. And that's going to be 121 compared to 21 plus 100. And 121 equals 121. That means that this is a right triangle. All right. For number 3, 19 is our longest side. So we would do 19 squared compared to 2 root 47 squared plus root 37 squared. Now this 2 root 47, I'm going to do it over here on the side. That's the same thing as saying 4. So 2 root 47 squared is the same thing as saying 4 times 47. Which 4 times 47 is going to be 188. Let me make sure that's right with my calculator. 188. I'm pretty sure that's right. That's what my answer key says. Yeah, 4 times 47 equals, 188. And so this is 188 plus 37. And then compared to 19 squared is 361. So if we add these up, we can see that 361 is clearly bigger. And so that means that this is obtuse. And then let's do works. Erase all this. And then for the last one, same thing. We take root 122 and compare that to 7 squared plus root 74 squared. And then squared, so that's 122 compared to 49 plus 74. Well, 49 plus 74 is 123. 122. So the C is smaller, and that's going to be acute. All right. Now, for 5 and 6, we want to answer in simplified radical form when we're solving. Now, it's always important to identify our hypotenuse c squared. In this case, it's x. So I would do root 10 squared plus root 6 squared is equal to x squared. All right, and that's just going to be 10 plus square root of 10 squared is 10. Square root of 6 squared is 6 is equal to x squared. 16 equals x squared, square root, x is equal to 4. For number 6, now in this case, 11 is our hypotenuse. And so x squared plus 7 squared equals 11 squared. That's x squared plus 49 equals 121. Minus 49 minus 49. And we get, if you were to draw it up here, we would get x squared is equal to 121 minus 49 is just 72. And so square root x is equal to, and then 72 we can simplify as 36 times 2. And so that is equal to 6 root 2. And that's our answer right here. X equals 6 root 2. All right, last one. Find the area below. Round each intermediate value to the nearest tenth. And then round your final value. So we really only need to find one thing, which is this base b. And notice that that's a leg. So I would do 6 squared plus b squared is equal to 12 squared. All right. And so that is 36 plus b squared equals 144 minus 36 minus 36. And I get b squared is equal to 108. Square root. So b is equal to square root of 108. Now, in this case, we're rounding. So that's just, you type that into your calculator, 108, hit the square root button, and you get 10.4. So that's 10.4. And so then the area is equal to base times height divided by 2, which is, the base is 7 plus 10.4 times a height of 6 divided by 3. And when you type that in your calculator, you get 52.2. Some people got other answers right around like 52.1, depending on how you rounded. But this is our final answer.